Good evening, and thanks for tuning in to the Evening Report. Ward County has seen an uptick in COVID-19 numbers in the past 2 weeks, which make up roughly half of the cases and deaths to date since the pandemic began. And it's been a struggle all morning. In fact, I want to show one point here to our viewers. I want to show that one hot spot right there that our camera operator is zooming in on. You can see a crew of firefighters that are working on putting it out. They've been struggling with that spot of this apartment for much of the morning. It's in kind of the central area of the apartment. Some crews on scene tell us that the roof of this apartment complex is gone. It's just gone. So at this point, the structure is a total loss. We're in day 21 of the government shutdown, and we continue to follow those who are impacted by it. No lavish hotels for the crew at the Fur Trader Rendezvous. Everyone who is here for the state fair works, cooks, and eats on the grounds the entire time. They even sleep in teepees such as this one. For a lot of the races that we covered here in north central North Dakota, by and large, it seemed like voters were moving through the polls fairly quickly. Do you think the early and absentee voting this year, due to the pandemic, maybe took off some of the burden from today?
Absolutely.
So tell me, why oof the taxi? Fire chief also says that crews will remain on scene here, putting out the flames and monitoring the scene throughout the night and into Monday. The Magic City is covered in a thick blanket of snow tonight, and it's showing no sign of stopping. It's falling on us right now. The sheer number of police officers that arrived at this college is just impressive. It's not only police officers from all across the state of North Dakota, but yesterday I had the privilege of speaking with some police from New York City and Chicago. All right, we're going to switch gears now and go to our weather. Our meteorologist Henry Blakes joins us with his first look at the forecast. Henry, today outside it really felt like winter, even if it isn't officially winter yet. All right, Charlie, do you love North Dakota?
Oh, I do. I really do. It's really growing on me.
Yeah, well, get this. Someone started one of those online petitions to merge North and South Dakota into one big state. If people are by chance coming down with symptoms, if they're feeling ill, there's some protocol that they need to follow. Don't just show up, right? A peaceful Tuesday night soon turned into a race against time Wednesday morning as fire crews descended on the Hall's apartments engulfed in flames. The fire tore through the top level of the apartment, forcing firefighters to dump thousands of gallons of water on the structure. Efforts to put out the fire at the Hall's apartments in Minot has been a true team effort. We're told as many as 30 firefighters have been on scene throughout the night battling the flames.
I mean, it's been a long night for them already. It's going to be a long day as well. This isn't something that just stops automatically. We're going to have guys on scene probably for another 24 hours or so. They'll be watching even after the flames go out. We'll have a pretty heavy presence down here for a while. The American Red Cross coming to the aid of those who lost their homes.
We're getting them motels if they need a place to stay and some assistance for immediate essentials tonight.
As night turned to day, the true devastation of the fire was revealed. The roof gone, power lines and porches frozen underwater. And the investigation frozen as well, as a structural engineer will have to inspect the apartment before investigators can even get inside. A devastating blaze, taking away the homes of many, and with it, a piece of Minot history.
Prosecutors in Rolette County have filed a murder charge in Tuesday's fatal shooting.
Joe Skurzewski headed to the Bell Court for an exclusive interview with the victim's family.
I'm just trying to get through this.
July 31st, 2018 would become one of the worst days ever for Claudette Pachant. She'd lose her beloved son, James, or Joey as loved ones called him, at the hands of 49-year-old Ronald Wu-Tan in a shooting that brought police from across the region to her small town.
How's the rest of the family holding up?
They're not.
Claudette says she wants to know why it took so long for authorities to enter this home to attend to her son.
My son is in there. He's dead. My daughter's left and my granddaughter's not in there, so why can't you guys go in there and get him? You know, I felt bad because my son laid there for that long.
Rolette County prosecutors say it appears Pachant was dead before anyone called for help or police could arrive on scene. Rolette Police Chief Joseph Kaufman says authorities didn't know until at least 2 hours into the ordeal that there was a second subject in the house.
At the beginning of it, we didn't know for sure what was going on, and
you know, our thing is you risk a life to save a life.
Claudette says she believes Wu-Tan suffered from PTSD and alcoholism, which may have triggered the incident. You could say something to Joe. What would you say?
I just want to hold you. And he has 2 boys and a wife. Joey, I miss you and I love you.
Wu-Tan remains in custody on a $1 million bond. The sound of 100 police sirens took over the main drag through Rolla as the body of Deputy Colt Ellery returned from Grand Forks. Later, amid the backdrop of a flag at half-mast, the Rolla community and law enforcement gathered together at Rolla City Hall for a candlelight vigil.
I'm here to pay my respects to a fine officer who gave his life in the line of duty and upstanding citizen.
The community honored Deputy Ellery through song and traditional Native American chants and drums. Some mourners even made T-shirts commemorating this fallen hero.
We have such a small community, and everyone's kind of tight-knit together. Everyone knows everybody, and it's such a small community that one thing happens, everybody gets involved.
Friends and neighbors coming together as one community to remember a life.
We ask you, Lord, to allow this to be a moment of grace for all of us to realize just how fragile we are.
The mourners then walked across Rolla to the public school with the help of a police escort. In Rolla, for NBC North Dakota News, I'm Joe Skurzewski.